Now, you may be thinking, why should I watch this video? Who is this bloke who claims to be an expert?
Well, welcome to my collection. As you can see, it's pretty bloody comprehensive. It's taken me years to curate these amount of games. Every one hand-chosen by me. And I've got this one here. And I've got this one here. Have you? No. Right. That's why you should be bloody listening to me. Okay, let's begin.
What the fuck are you doing in my store?
Shit, Bob, get out of here!
Now, don't worry about that ugliness. That was just my butler having a little jape. And also, if anyone comes here and asks us to move on, well, that's the gardener. The lower orders, eh? They do love a wheeze. Anyway, let's start. This game is a total bastard, as it should be as it's modelling the zombie apocalypse. This isn't one of these gun-toting power fantasies either. Like all great works of zombie art, they are the backdrop, an undefeatable catalytic converter unlocking the only true human motivation, survival. This is a mechanically simple game that will prompt you into doing the most despicable acts to survive. You'll throw old people or pregnant women to the zombies. You'll lie, cajole and manipulate. You'll steal, but you'll never be in control. And that's the wonderful thing about this game. You feel constantly on the edge of destruction, propelled by your lizard brain into dispensing with any kind of morality to stop you being consumed by the hordes of undead. When the world comes to an end, all pretensions to civility will evaporate, and City of Horror evokes this wonderfully. The best zombie game out there. It would be higher on the list, but it makes my game group so angry that I barely get to play it. This game is far from perfect. It can feel like it never ends, and the expansion released specifically to fix this feels anticlimactic and unsatisfying. That's why it isn't higher on the list. Play it though, and Inish feels like no dudes on the map game that you've ever played. A drafting game that has a lot of magic on the cards that propel the action. It is a game that rewards attention and keeping your eye on those bastards around the table. It's not a bombastic area control game, but one of stealth that requires you to force the attention of your opponents away from you. Inish can be a very subtle and knotty challenge and is really difficult to be good at. Also, the art from undeniable hippie Jim Fitzpatrick is so singular and immersive. Wait for some AI scumbags to try and emulate it and suck the soul out of it. You might find aspects of Inish frustrating, but it's also a brilliantly tight and clever design. So I'm using the Polish title for this for two reasons. One, I'm insufferably pretentious, and secondly, this is the version I prefer, before it became fiddly with loads of pointless mechanisms that strayed from the pure brilliance of this game's design. One player takes on the role of a ghost, trying to tell a group of mediums who killed them. They will give cards to the mediums who will try to divine what they mean with relation to a murder weapon and a perpetrator. There have been many attempts to render Cluedo into a playable experience, and this is the best attempt yet. This is an event game, a game that results in endless misunderstandings and hilarious coincidences. It also feels truly unique, although the bones on which it's built, Cluedo and Dixit, are plain to see. This is a game I don't play enough, but you should because it really is worth it. Also, the Asmodee version is much prettier, but futzes with the rules and makes it unnecessarily unwieldy. Play the Polish one if you get the chance. This is a return from two of the most interesting heavy designers out there, Paulo Soledad and Nuno Bizarro Sentiero. You play investors seeking to accelerate the growth of the eponymous tigers by investing in universities and factories to gain a healthy return on your investment. As a useless twat who will die in a pauper's grave and has zero interest in investing, it always surprises me greatly that I'm always drawn in by these heavy economic games. That's because the economic surface is just a thin veneer over the top of some brilliant mechanisms. Like a lot of great Portuguese designs, what you do on your turn, well, it's fairly simple. Place a marker on the board. It is the ramifications of that simple action, though, that makes the game so satisfying. It also offers multiple ways to win and is engrossing from the first placement. Sure, this is a modest production from a small Portuguese publisher, but board games used to revel in the small and boutique before huge companies made us flibbity gibbets only interested in fancy art and dildos in the box. Be good. Support the small guys. Play Asian Tigers. This one was designed by the doyen of British game design, Tony Boydell, and the happiest man in the world, Ben Bateson. This is a two-player variation on Tony's smash hit Snowdonia, and it is a brilliant one, with none of the bite and enjoyment of the multiplayer version missing. The true heart of this one is a super challenging card flipping mechanism, where, when you use an action, you are forced to flip your action card for a sometimes denuded action on the other side. This results in you having to plan out when to use your actions and when to hold back. There is a real joy in charting your course through a game of Foothills. This is a two-player game that delivers a full experience and has been criminally overlooked. Lookout Games rarely publishes duds, and this really isn't one. It can go up against the two-player Lookout titles by Uwe Rosenberg, and that is the highest of praise. This one is long out of print, but if you can get a copy, well, snap it up. This is the steepest fall on this list for one very good reason. I never bloody play this anymore. This is a brilliant game that uses cards and their position on the table to create forests, gambling dens and haunted houses. It emulates the horror and futility of fighting Lovecraftian evil, but offers the briefest glimmer of heroism, something Lovecraft rarely does. The collectible aspect of the game gives you endless eldritch vistas to explore, and the tight mechanisms and varied decks you can build offer a ludological challenge that is unique and engrossing. I bloody love this game, but I haven't kept up with it, and I never play it, so it's at 95, and that's more horrific than any bloody shug-off.
All right there, this is Bob, this is Ben's brother. And I wears the glasses, you see. He don't wear the glasses, I wears the glasses. That's how you knows it me. We looks like each other, like. Even got similar beards, like. But I wears the glasses, Ben Dunner, see? So that's how you know. Well, I ain't usually in your, like, forced, chained to a chair, forced to edit the videos. I loves editing the videos. I don't mind it. I likes eating, that's why I edit the videos. Anyway, I'm here to tell you about the sponsor of this video. That's Grand Gamers Guild. And they only won a bloody award, didn't they? They did. Kenner Spiel des Jahres for bloody Endeavour and that, didn't they? And anyway, so they're award winning. I'm going to be award winning. Bob, the coolest bloke in the world. So you goes over to grandgamersguild.com and that, and buy Endeavour. It's prize winning, just like Bob. Right. back to the vidya or back to the vidya? Yeah, all right. I'm just doing the sponsor bit. You makes me do the bloody sponsor bit. All right, I'll get back to editing the vidya.
This is a rare one that was gifted me by a wonderful listener to my podcast. I wanted this for years, but didn't want to pay the 250 quid to buy it. I'm so glad I have it now. Firstly, its design is super clean and tense, as you would expect by one of the best in the business, Martin Wallace. Then you have the secret goals that add another layer of delicious tension to the mix. Then you have the world that the game inhabits. I have read Terry Pratchett books since I was a kid. His wry, beautifully witty and fundamentally positive view on the incredibly flawed animal that we are has accompanied me through this life, and I'm always grateful that he put pen to paper. This game exudes the character of his books. It has the wit and charm and the skew-whiff way of looking at the world. This is a wonderful Pratchett game, and I am eternally grateful that I own it. Being a gamer means having solutions for awkward social situations where you need to fill some time with something that isn't too challenging, but is a load of fun. Wavelength is perfect for this. It is a game of trying to climb into the brain of your teammates and trying to divine what they think about certain topics. This is why Wavelength is the perfect party game for family gatherings, because, well, you can have a fighting chance of knowing what the other people are thinking. Also, it's super easy to learn, has the complementary wow factor, and results in the kind of incredulity a good party game should. Party games are brilliant in the right circumstances, and Wavelength is a great party game. This is a truly masterful two-player game. It is rightly thought of as a modern classic. This is essentially a set collection game and has all of the Euro trappings, but these Euro trappings are what made modern gaming. A desire to make as deep a game as possible without any of the indulgences of the modern Euro game. Targi comes from the golden age of game design where depth didn't mean complication. It didn't mean over-the-top componentry. It meant cleaving to the craft of game design, not the indulgent needs of crowdfunding. This is a game that wears its effort in its mechanisms, not on the machine tooling of dildos manufactured in a state that doesn't allow free speech. Targi harkens back to a time when people aspired to making good games, not beautiful games. Targi is a tight, mean and wonderfully designed two-player game. Don't bellyache about the art, you fucking children. Play something brilliant. Play Targi. The idea of this game is simultaneously cynical and brilliant. In World War I, nation-states didn't wield real power. It was the shadowy figures behind the scenes, manipulating things. And these shadow figures could change their allegiance at any time. This is the premise of Imperial. Take this intriguing premise and slam it into the design chops of Matt Gertz, and you have a game that is great fun. This is not one of his best games, but it takes his patented rondelle and uses it brilliantly. If you haven't played a Matt Gertz game before, choose any of them because he's great, but you could do a lot worse than give Imperial a try. It's a really good one. So there we are then, my first 10. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like you to leave a comment on what you think of the games and what you think should be on the list coming up. And I'll see you for the next 10. Oh, and like and subscribe and all that nonsense, because it's a wonderful place where normal people are constantly asking for people's adoration because they're just scared of being alone. Ah! Any of the indulgences of the modern Euro game, a desire to make as deep a game as possible without any of the I can't speak. I tell you what, if you want to fucking contravene the Geneva Convention, force people to film my YouTube videos with me. I didn't put the gerund there, and yet I said the gerund, Marius.
Please, Mr. Maddox, read the words as written.
In World War I, nation states didn't wield is the word, not reeled. In World War I, nation states didn't I love the writing.